Yo, my dudes, what's up? It's me, Orange12, and welcome back to Fortnite. Except today I'm doing things a bit differently. I am going to be commentating after the game. So I didn't have my mic on. I had turned it off for the purposes of this video. So essentially, I'm going to kind of commentate on the gameplay. So essentially, this is my 5th solo win, and you're about to see how it worked. So you can see right off the battle rate, if you haven't noticed, I was getting shot at. So I broke my way down through the flooring. I knew I wasn't going to be safe forever, so I needed to find a weapon and fast. I also started looking around for chests just in case. So I find the first one, and what I get is a submachine gun. I'm going to speed things up a bit so that way you don't have to worry about hearing or seeing all the action at once. So I collect a few things: a blue silenced SMG, a pump shotgun, because those ones are actually a lot stronger, and I see a lot of the pros use them. So I got a green one upgraded, and then I picked up some shield potions to help me out. And I go to the last one, and I end up finding an AR with a scope, some ammo, and meds. So I use the meds right away to get me back to full health, so I'm ready to join the fight. And after I finish fully healing, I'm starting to think, it's about time I go ahead and face this foe who shot me in the first place. So I head upstairs, and boom, I see him right up in the tower over there. So I go ahead and sneak off to the side, and while he's not paying attention, I decide to get a few cheap shots. However, he'll have clearly known where they were coming from because he saw the trails. And right as I expected, he's looking out the window towards my direction. But I'm hiding behind a wall so he can't see me. Unfortunately, I can't shoot him unless I'm outside the wall. So I peek around and start shooting again. This time I get a headshot. And after this point, I'm pretty much in a straight up battle with this guy. So we start trading shots, and I honestly keep just trying to go ahead and harass him and pressure him around so he can't leave the section, kind of keeping him stuck in the area. And we start shooting at each other constantly until eventually I start getting hit by some of his bullets. Now, honestly, the storm was coming in at this point. I got hit a total number of 3 times, and because he had a revolver, or maybe he did have a machine gun, I don't know. Anyway, he brought me down to 61 health. I found this peephole to go ahead and shoot at him through, but I couldn't get any shots on him, unfortunately. Mostly because he would never come towards that spot more than once. So I started heading downstairs and make my way outside of it. My initial thought was I was going to go ahead and rush him, until I noticed he's going through that window next. So I do manage to get a shot at him, but eventually he leaves. So I just come in to try to rush him. So the way that I go ahead and do this is because I have enough materials, and also because it's supposed to be how you officially rush someone. I go ahead and take out my building supplies, obviously wood, because that's the fastest way to build. And I know he might come up on me if I'm not fast enough. So I decided to go ahead and pull out my blueprints and start building some stairs upwards. I had to be careful how I set this up because I didn't want to waste all my materials, because I could end up accidentally using them all up and then I wouldn't have anything left for battle. I did manage to have at least enough wood for one more structure, and I still had 73 stone, so not too bad. So I got on the top of the roof ready to confront this guy, but he's not on the top floor anymore. So it turns nighttime, and I eventually figure this out of a trap, which means that he's definitely going to try and get me killed in some unruly fashion. So I ran around, getting ready to engage him, because I don't want him to be down for too long and waiting for me to come on. So I eventually decide to wait it out until I end up jumping down. The moment I head down, I notice he's coming up the stairs, so I quickly pop him with my shotgun. Unfortunately, since it was at range, it didn't do that much damage. So I look out the side, and next thing I know, he's right there on the side, not doing anything. So I try to tempt him out, reloading. I start breaking the wall, hoping that I'll start moving to attack me, but he does nothing. Then I initiate the next phase of my plan, building a piece, and while he's distracted out the window, I come out, say hello to my little friend. The pump shot totally saved my life there. So with that died down, I was able to go ahead and at least go over the top floor and regain some of my materials without getting stuck up on. This gave me the time to pick up his bandages and heal, which came in handy. He also had an M16 as well, but I never used it in the game, just because I felt like that I would probably need to use the scoped one later. So eventually I'm looking down trying to see if I can find his trap so I don't walk under it, and so I don't get attacked, until I hear a bunch of footsteps meaning someone's coming. I don't want to be in his way when he comes, so I decide to head upstairs. Eventually, I do find where his trap is, but the person is inside the building. So shooting the trap, I was hoping that I would tempt him to come this way. If he was close enough to the window, I could hit him with my shotgun. But he doesn't. So I eventually decide to make my way downstairs. And I see this little section over here. So I decide to go in the store from the other way. Eventually, however, I hear more footsteps as another person came through. Then I hear the sound of feet on wood, which meant someone climbed up my ramp. So I had to go outside and check. I was pretty sure that they would just camp the section, but I honestly wasn't sure to expect. So I just walked my way right back up and turned, and there he is right there. So I was able to get him in one shot, even if he had some shields. He actually had quite a lot of gear, but the one thing I was focused on was the mini shields. After that, I pretty much was all set, because there wasn't much I could take. I could take the suppressed pistol if I wanted, but I felt like the suppressed SMG would do. Then, I hear the guy from before, and this time he decides to head upstairs. Unfortunately, but also thankfully, we both missed our shots. Eventually, I have to leave because the storm starts coming in on us. And this is around the third circle, guys, so I have to go ahead and head down really quickly, but I always make sure that I go on the edge. That way I didn't have to worry about charging him later. So I come down the side, and I see him immediately right in front of me, so I decide to sneak up on him. Now, how was I supposed to fight this guy who was in front of me before getting killed? Simple. Build myself a way up, so that way I can challenge him myself. Now, I didn't know where he was, so this was a bit challenging. Eventually, I end up finding him inside a room nearby. Now, I could have taken a shot at him, but the wall was obscuring my way, and there was a window, but he was peeking right out of it. Eventually, I hear him starting to break upstairs, hoping to challenge me that way, because I assumed he thought I was still there. I take a shot at him and notice he still has a shotgun, but there's also a person right in front of me. And I don't want to deal with that while I only have this ramp to support me. So I make some more supports to help me out, but that doesn't last long, as immediately after, I get shot from below. It didn't hit me, but he did hit the bottom flooring and some of the ramp. And I can see exactly where it was from. Luckily, we don't kill each other right away, and that leads us going into the final circle, or the almost final circle of the map, the fourth one. So this guy is running away, and then I see him jump off of the area. Next thing I know, on the bottom left, I see there's a kill cam for not sticking the landing, and I also heard the sound of a drone picking up a dead person. I was thinking, there's no way he fell off. Is he in the shed? I checked in, but there was loot in there, which meant no one was there. So I pick up the trap and walk out, and what do I see on the cliff? A pile of loot. He done fell off the cliff, so I can help myself to all of his gear, which came in handy because I would need it later. Next thing I know, I'm in the battleground, 5 people left, and there's this guy right in front of me. And he has no idea I'm right behind him, so I just pump shot him to death. Only took 2 shots, which was kind of easy. So I held myself to his loot and his golden op. So now I had a legendary weapon. But now there are 3 people left and 3 kills. And wait a minute, that's the sound of gunshots. I looked to the side, the last person was taken down, and there was only 1 person left. I tried to quick scope him, but I failed. He went behind the tower of another person that had probably died, and I knew he was going to hide there. So how was I supposed to tempt him out or get to him? I eventually had to go ahead and build out in order to get close enough, because I also had to avoid the circle. I got in the area where the circle was safe enough, and I simply just built myself a mini fort there. I was about to get 2 stories high, but once I got to that point, he started interrupting me before I could even finish. As you can see, I rotated my stairs quick enough for him to not hit me, but it also destroyed that flooring in my section. I see where he's shooting from, and I have my sniper ready, but unfortunately I move it too far to the right. So when I take a shot, bomb, misses him right by an inch. So eventually I'm just waiting to see if he'll come out again, but I also take it out quickly and watch just in case he goes to the side. The storm is currently moving on us, but I'm in it and he's in it, so we're well fine. I eventually decide to start building again just to get myself a height advantage once the circle comes in. I hadn't noticed at the time, but the circles area was right in front of me. And after I start building up, I catch a glimpse of something moving towards the rocks. See right there? the guy was hiding right behind the rock, which was in the circle. I decided to use my SMG for something and take it out, hitting the rock. Eventually they break, and I'm able to shoot at him. He does get shots on me, but I simply just wait till he gets close enough, and then my shotgun simply answers the questions for me. And that would be the end of the match, and victory for me. And I had to stop my mic because I had to react. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Hope you guys enjoyed the Fortnite gameplay. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one.